I have to tell someone what really happened. You have to understand. It didn't start the way you think. It never does.
I really did. I thought it was just an absence, an empty space. But it's not quiet at all. It's a roar, a constant, buzzing noise in your head that gets louder and louder until you can't stand it anymore. That night, it was deafening. I should have just stayed home. I know that now. But the noise pushed me out the door, into a bar, on a rainy night, and that's where I met him.
His name was David. The air between us, it was electric. I can't explain it. It was like we'd known each other forever. And when he kissed me, everything else just disappeared. The noise in my head finally went silent. For a second, I thought, maybe this is it. Maybe this is something real. My heart didn't just drop, it stopped completely. I walked into my new office, and there he was, David, my boss. The man from the bar, the kiss. It all came crashing down. The world just tilted on its axis, and I felt sick. This wasn't something real. It was a disaster. And then there was Adele, his wife. I literally ran into her on the street. She was perfect, ethereal, and she wanted to be my friend. My friend. I felt a knot twist in my gut. How could I do this? How could I have coffee with this woman knowing what I knew? I was caught, trapped between him, this broken, handsome man I couldn't stay away from, and her, his beautiful, unknowable wife.
Our friendship, it was strange, unsettling. She started talking about my nightmares, my night terrors. She knew things. She said she could help me, that she knew a way to control my dreams. I should have been scared. I was. But I was also desperate.
She called it astral projection. She said my nightmares weren't just nightmares. They were a gift, an ability to leave my body while I slept. She told me she could teach me how to control it, to go anywhere, see anything. It sounded insane, absolutely crazy. But the idea of a peaceful night's sleep? I would have done anything for that. It was so simple the way she explained it. Just imagine another door, she'd say. A second door in your room. See it. Really see it. Then just step through. I practiced every night. And then it happened. A jolt, a feeling of weightlessness, and I was floating above my own bed, looking down at myself. My heart was pounding with terror and exhilaration. I couldn't stop myself. I had to know. So I flew to their house. I floated through their walls like a ghost, listening. And what I saw, it wasn't a marriage. It was a prison. The silence was thick with anger and fear. Nothing was what it seemed. Nothing. Then David told me his side. His voice was so tired, so full of pain. He said the marriage was complicated, that Adele was fragile, broken by a fire years ago, and that he was just trying to protect her. He made me want to protect him. He made me believe he was the one who was trapped. And then Adele, she sat across from me at a cafe, calm as anything, and said, "I know about you and David." My blood ran cold, but she wasn't angry. She smiled. She told me she wanted me to have him, to save him from me. What kind of game was this? My mind was spinning. Nothing made sense. I was trapped between them. Two different stories, two different victims. Was he the weary protector of a damaged wife, or was she a terrified prisoner of a controlling husband? I couldn't see the truth. I didn't know who to trust, who to fear. I didn't know who the monster was. But the truth, it was so much worse than a simple lie. It was something impossible, something that shouldn't exist. And when I finally understood, it was too late. Everything I thought I knew, it was all a lie. She wasn't Adele. The woman I had coffee with, the woman who taught me to leave my body, that wasn't her. It was never her. It sends a shiver through me even now. I was so blind. The real Adele, she died in that fire all those years ago. Not her body, no, her soul. Someone else had been living inside her skin, wearing her face, sleeping next to her husband. Rob, a friend of hers from a psychiatric hospital. He was obsessed with her life, with David, and she taught him her secret. She taught him how to astral project, but he figured out something else, something monstrous. how to not just leave your body, but how to swap it. He took her body, and he left her to die in his.
He set a trap, a final, perfect trap. And I walked right into it. He sent me a text pretending to be Adele, a suicide note. He set the house on fire. He knew I'd come. He knew I'd try to save her. I ran into the smoke, my lungs burning. I saw her on the floor, unconscious. I couldn't move her. There was no time, so I did the only thing I could. I left my body, and I entered hers, trying to walk her out. And in that one single horrifying moment, he made his move. He jumped from her body and into mine. I could only watch, powerless, trapped inside this dying body as the flames rose higher. I watched him, wearing my face, in my body, get up and walk out the door. He walked away with David. He walked away with my life. Now, he has my son, my sweet Adam. He knew, kids always know. He looked up at him, up at my face, and said, "You feel different." And all he did was smile, that cold, awful smile, and say, "I know." And now I'm here, and he's out there, and I can't do anything but scream, and no one can hear me.